Hi, everybody. Welcome to class. Give me a minute. I'm going to get started here. Let's give some time for some more people to join.
This call may be recorded for coaching purposes.
I apologize. I didn't have my mute on there. Okay, welcome to, I believe, the 5th session of class, and we're going to continue on with reports. We don't have a demo today. The classes next week, we're going to do a show and tell of reports that you've created. So today, I'm going to finish up with a list report. I'm going to show you a chart, and then I'm also going to show you how to create a tabular, crosstab report. So all these kinds of charts are really useful for different things, and they've all got different kind of functionality and ways you put in the data. So before I get started, are there any questions, or does anybody need any help before we jump in?
Yes, Benjamin.
I have
Roman here. Sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
So I have a question related to the report. I'm trying create a report, or I tried and I was successful, but I have a few questions which I need to clarify, maybe support from your side.
Sure, Roman.
So if I can share my screen, I would like to show you what's my my issue.
Yeah. And Roman, I got your email yesterday, and I haven't responded to you yet. I'm waiting to get some information from our CSMs. Okay, this is a dashboard.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, of course. Don't worry. Okay, so that's my prompt. That's okay. That's a clear. And my questions, the first is, okay.
Oh no, this is a report. Actually, this does look very good.
Oh, thank you. But what I would like to ask is how I can sorry, how I can, I need formatting the number and release or remove the comma, which is here. But this is a singleton, what I'm using here. And I have not found, I haven't found yet how I can change the format. For
Okay,
example, with some
so what you
space.
do, put it into, you've got it into display view, put it into design view.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so if there's two ways to do this. Okay, up in your toolbar, okay, go to your floating toolbar in the upper left. See about 3/4 of the way down here. Can you blow your screen up a little bit, make it a little larger? Um, you'll see an icon that has a, if you make, it's right next to the paintbrush, between the paintbrush and the bucket with the paint. You see there's an icon, it's called formatting, data formatting, okay?
Yeah, this is it.
So that's one way to get it there, but also on your properties on the right-hand side under data, you'll see data format.
Here.
Okay? Yeah. So
Okay.
you select either one of those and go to number, and then number of decimal places, that's where you define decimals, and here your decimal separator. You're right there, or your thousand separator. There you go.
Okay, that's easy. I'm try it. I know about this function, but it was not okay.
Yeah,
That's
I think for some visuals you can do it from preview mode, like a list report
okay.
or and some of the visuals you have to do it from design. They're a little quirky. So if
Okay, that's
you're
it.
not
Oh
seeing the
yeah.
functions in preview, put it into design mode.
Okay, I understood. Okay, that's clear. Thank you. Next
Welcome.
question. I have a trouble with the report to the PDF. I show you my page, which is here. Okay. So that's my charts, which I would like to export to the PDF.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to run the PDF export because that's the reason why I'm doing the report. That's my prompt. Okay. And the first trouble is why there is not my image, which I'm using in my.
Okay. So what you're using is an HTLM image, right? So that is it's basically searching the web, pulling that image from wherever, URL that you pulled it in. So that image is not going to get passed through to Microsoft PDF Writer or whatever writer you're creating, okay? What you need to do is get a copy of that image or several images, you might have 3 or 4 images, into a JPEG or a PNG file format. You need to
Okay.
attach that to a ticket, and that will go to our data team, which will save it in the back end to your images. So you can select that image as a PNG file or a JPEG file, and then it'll be able to export into Microsoft or Adobe or what have you.
Okay, so I need to send the image to the team, which will
Yeah, you
be
need to send
upload.
the image into a support ticket, and we'll get that copied on the back end for you. It shouldn't take too long. We do it all the time.
So that's it. The next issue is that this chart or the graph, which I have here,
Can you speak up a little bit? I'm sure you're away from your microphone here.
sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. Uh, the last issue which I have, okay, is that this chart is wide for whole page, but in the export, it's only on the half, like maybe like this, but I don't know how I can change it that the graph will be wide on the
Okay.
whole page.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to your report itself. See if I can try this. Okay. Click on that image and go to scroll down. Okay. No, I'm not sure what you've clicked on, but click on your image.
That's not. This is not image. This is the visualization, the chart.
Yeah, I mean your visualization. I'm sorry. Well, put it first of all. Put it in design mode for me, would you?
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay. Okay. So click on the image. It's in the center, I think. Yeah, just click on it. So you're highlighting just the image. Okay, you got it. Okay. So
Yeah.
go to scroll down in your properties. Okay.
Which
Wait.
section?
Hold on. Something just switched. Okay, we are in your vision legend. Okay, keep scrolling down.
No,
What
it's
you
not.
want to look for is your, okay, scroll back up. Hey, hold on. Access font. Hey, can you blow this up a little bit? Just your entire screen. I'm having a real hard time reading. Just
Sorry.
go to your browser. Yeah. Okay. Whoa. Okay. What I'm looking for is, okay, visualization. What you're looking for is width and height, okay, of your visualization. Okay, so this is
This is it. This is size.
that might be it. Yeah, I think you're using one of the newer visualizations. That's goes to that. Click on that.
On that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, click on that. Open it up. Now, so your pixel height. Um, Start playing with the width. Put width in 2,000 pixels. Okay, well, 100% default size. So
2000.
it is going 100%. Okay, here, cancel out of this. Cancel out of this real quick. Okay, let's go to your report. You know, Roman, this is pretty detailed. Let's get together after class or send me an invite for some time. But essentially, you have to start playing with the aspect of this. Play with those filters, the 100%, maybe 150%. Or maybe change it to pixel size and to 2,000 pixels for the width. You just got to play with the formatting. But also before, go into report itself up in the upper left, click on report, upper left of your entire screen, upper left, no, left, click on report. No,
Yeah.
yes, right there. Okay, click on report itself. So, and then you can see here PDF setup, page setup. And this is where you can set for landscape and things like that. And then you have to start playing with your individual, you have to maybe fit your table for the entire page and then fit that one visual for the entire page, okay? So you just have to play around with these settings until you get it to work.
Okay, I see. But that's all what I'm tried. So change
You
this setup.
tried that before already?
Yeah. No.
The width?
It's not. I was not successful. It's not sense. When I change this, and still
Yeah, that's not going to do it itself. Okay, I just want to make sure you were on the right setting. Okay, go back to your page. Yeah, click on the visual. Go back to your page. Click on the visual itself. And I think in the upper corner. Yeah, go to your size. Play with the size, and not just 100%. see what I think it's doing. It's fitting 100%. Okay, now go to your table. You built a table which all these live in. Hit cancel. Go to your table. Okay, that's your page you got selected. Not the table cell, but the table itself. Okay, go up to your hierarchy, right? See where it says table cell above your properties. Click on the down arrow.
Down
Okay.
arrow.
Okay, right below your little lock, you'll see table cell. Okay, you want to click on okay, go up. Okay, where's your cursor at? Okay, move your cursor up.
Okay.
Okay, go to okay, see where it says table cell. It says table cell. You've highlighted a table cell. Okay, click on that down arrow right next to it. Next to table cell.
Oh, so sorry. Okay.
There. Okay, table. Now click on table. All right. Size and overflow 100%. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so I would recommend clicking on the visual and not doing 100% because it's auto formatting it for you. You want to force it to an aspect of pixels and then change your pixel to about 2000, see what happens there. And then if that's too small, check it with, okay, now run it real quick.
Okay. That's really weird. Okay.
Anyway, for everybody else, this is really good for formatting. Formatting can be challenging with
Okay.
there you go. And if you look at the other ones that are smaller, then you got to start playing with those height and width.
Okay, understood. Fine. So that's maybe it will be the way. Okay, thank you. That's all my questions for today.
You got it. Thanks, Roman. Anybody else? Yeah, these questions are good. Because they're things that I wouldn't have probably thought to teach you.
Benjamin?
Yeah?
Very sorry. One more question which I have. Is it's related to the Q. I'm looking for how I can pick up the weekday from some date which is related to my data. Means just clarify if I am correct. I need the week of the year, okay? And so, for example, I use this to pick up some date of the incidents and compare to my week which I fill in my prompt.
Okay, that's not the incident date. That was the date that the report was created.
It's a date when the incident was created, so that's okay.
Okay. Okay, so what do you? Okay, that's fine as long as you are aware of that. Okay, so continue on. What do you? So that will give you the number of the year, of the week, right? In the week.
No. I'm trying to filtering all the data which is related to date with the exact week. Means okay, cancel. So there you can see my this is what I'm trying to looking for the data, some data which I am trying to visualize. And it's from, sorry, I need to cancel. It's from here, okay? From the incident management measure. Exactly here. Okay, for example.
Okay, these are all created from the incident date.
Yeah. And at this part, there is no some possibilities how I can pick up some date. So I'm used the incident details and using the date which is here. Is it correct or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm using the data from the measures
Okay.
part. For example, to lost time cases, which is here.
Yeah.
And because I need to filtering this data by the week of the date of the incidents, I used the create date item. The date when the incident was created, it's from.
Yeah. Don't use the date the incident was created. Use the date of incident.
That's a little bit same, but I'm just
Because
my
there's
question is
incident.
is it.
They're two different dates.
Yeah, I know. You means
Yeah.
this date.
So
I know.
I'm sorry. So what are you trying to accomplish at the end of the day? Just
If is
filtering
it
by.
correct, if is it correct that I am combine to some data from the incident details with the
Uh-huh.
part of the management measures? If is it correct? Because it looks functional well.
Okay. What you might want to do, what you might need to do is bring in calendar year equals incident year. I really can't. I mean, I like the way that you're filtering. Oh, and these shouldn't go in your summary filters. They should go in your detailed filters.
Because I am using it for all of this, the
Yeah,
same
well, it should go
filter.
in your detailed filters. You should go in your detailed filters. Just drag it up into your detailed filters.
This one?
Yes, both of them. Okay. Now it should filter all. Should filter. You're filtering your query there. You're getting really advanced for the class right now, and I don't want to people in the class in the beginner class really just kind of want to learn how to build the visual to start with.
Mm-hmm.
So you and I need to pull some time together offline, and I can help you with this. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You got it.
Okay, thank you very much. That's all for today.
Okay, guys. Roman's really good. He's advanced. He's really getting into it. The queries, really getting into queries and query filters and parameter filters is an advanced function. I'm going to try to show you some different ways of creating filters like I did last week to make things a little bit more simple. But if you have detailed questions like that, I'll try in class, but I don't want to take too much time away from just really learning the basics of, of getting started for most of the people in class. Okay, so we created this list report. It was a nice little report, page preview. From here, you can bring in, and now I'm also going to create a crosstab. It's going to show these measures by month or by year. And I'm going to show another visual that's going to show these measures in a column chart. Okay. So if you want to create, I'm going to move this kind of up and out of the way. So if you want to move your visual, you can always click and drag it and move it to another area of your table. And from here, you can click on another chart, another table cell, and click on visualization. Now, these are the 11.1 visualizations that we were working with in our dynamic dashboards. And I believe this is also where Roman grabbed his chart from. That's why it took me a while to find that the size changes. But what we can do is you've got other visualizations as well. So there are not many here in this section of visualizations. But if you go into your charts, you've literally got 100 different types of visualizations that you can look from and choose from. Another good set are the legacy visualizations. You've got a lot more options for the different types of charts and visualizations you can look at. Now, to make it simple, we're going to stick with our, and then 11.0 visualizations. They're pretty much the same as the 11.1 visualizations. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a stack column chart. And when you open up your visualization, you're going to see the different locations where you can start dragging and dropping your data items into, just like your table or your chart, your visualization. So what I want to do is, for this data, I want to run it by years, okay, or my bars. And the length, I want to show the recordable injuries, okay? In color, I might put in location, or I might put in something else, or another variable, okay? So let's make sure that this chart is pointed to the correct query. Now, here, give me a second. Let me delete this, and I'm not sure I selected the visualization. So we're going to go to let's just go to regular cluster column. Click OK. And this is data format. I'm not seeing, this is new. I'm trying to make the verify. There's the size. I'm trying to see. Okay, well let's go to our query. We're going to bring data in from our query. Maybe that's what's going to define. All right, so we're going to bring in oops. From our time information, we're going to bring in calendar year. Here we can switch it back to this query. Delete here. So you have to start it in one query, then move it to another one. It seems a little confusing why they've set it up that way. Now we're going to go to our incident measures, or actually we have pointed this to query 1. Okay, why is this not working? I'm going to go ahead and add my calendar year to this query. So I don't have this filtered by year, by calendar year yet. I'm going to bring into this query. I want it to all report off the same query. Okay, so it's automatically set it there. Bring in my length. I've got my recordable cases. Let's preview. And here's my chart. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to filter this by Europe so it fits in the same page. Okay. So here's my data for my chart. You can see how my years are not running correctly. I want to sort these to be correct, to be in the right order. So if I click into my bars, go to sort order, ascending. Now it'll put it into my right years. Okay. Now, if I want to show the data, click into my data source. Actually, I need to click into the visual itself. These are new visuals, and I'm not that familiar with these. Show value labels. Okay, this is what I want to look at. So these are the annotations of the different areas of the report. So if you've noticed in your different charts, in your list view, in your chart, all of your, just like in dynamic dashboards, a different part of the visualization, your properties are going to change. Now, if I'm clicking here in the annotations, I see show value labels. No, I want to show them as yes. Okay. Label orientation, all the different formatting that you can show here. Also, I can look into baselines. If I want to put a baseline in, add a new baseline. I can put a category index. This is a value from the data, or I can put a numeric value. And it will give me a line numeric baseline. Now, this can be a value in your data, like in your, and this is Roman, this is back to your question previously in the setup values. You can use the location setup values for your goals. Now, the problem with that is this comes from a completely different data table than your transactional data in your report. So you have to build a separate query for your setup values of your goals, okay? And then join location name, location level name with the name of your location. This is advanced, and Roman, I got your note. We're going to have to do something on the side or build a custom report for you, or we can show that to you in the advanced class. Okay. So in this class, we're going to focus on baselines. You can also you can use or create a different a different baseline based off of a function. If you want to create a data item function and use that as well. Okay. All right. So we've got a tab. We've got a chart. For these charts, you can also modify the type of chart. If you click on this little graphic up above, you can change it to, for example, a bubble chart. That has the different data for the different colors. You can put it in different year. You can put your year in, or your color. You can modify it. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff you can do, a lot of stuff you can play with. You're starting to see reports very similar to dynamic dashboards, but you've got a lot more functionality. It may seem convoluted. It may seem challenging navigating. So really understanding your drop-downs in reports and pages and also queries, how you navigate around your reports. I wanted to delete some of these. Too much going on. All right. This wasn't going to let me do that. All right. So if you want to change your visualization, that's a good way to do it here, but we'll keep it at this way for now. Next, I want to show you a crosstab. Now you can select a crosstab from your visuals here in your tools and drag it in, or you can click on the plus and create a crosstab. Here you do have the option of selecting from where in your query. I don't like these new visuals because you can't select which query to point it at. You can only do it afterwards and it gets confusing. Based on that, I'd recommend if you're going to use the visuals, and I apologize for this, I hadn't really tested these new visuals in reports. I would use charts, or I would use the legacy visuals. They're much more developed and a lot better and a lot easier to work in reports. Probably have more functionality as well. So here again as well, you can go into your data. You can use your calendar year data as your columns. Okay, we can also bring in months, calendar year month number, set that in. You can bring in month name as well. Now, here we're going to have to do some sorting. So for here in calendar year, you want to sort by calendar year, put it in the right order. Let's just exclude 2012. You notice my months, oops, I included it instead of excluded it. Calendar month number, click OK. Now you're going to see your months line up correctly. Now, the challenge with, and then from here, you can always cut this out. As you noticed, when you cut it out, you lose your formatting. Now it goes back to however it wants to format. You got to come back and sort it correctly by your calendar year month number. Okay. And for your rows, like here, we've got all these measures. Let's bring in our location code for our rows, or excuse me. Click back to your insertable objects. Instead of your data, we're going to go to our query and our data items. All the queries we've got built. Pull in location code. You're going to notice everything is going to be filtered the same way. Now this is only going to show values that have actual incidents in it. If I bring in reportable cases, oops, I bring it into this value here. Now, if I would have brought in contract hours, it would have showed all the locations. No. Okay, so that's killing it. If you ever get a report error, look in the details, tells you what you did wrong. You can do undo. It's not going to accept just contractor hours in there because I have a filter in my query that is by incident record status equals active. Incident record active is not going to work solely with your contractor supervisor hours. Okay. So we're going to use this report. We use reportable cases. All right. So we've got a list view. We've got a cross tab view, and we also have a chart. Now I'm going to show you a little bit more about formatting for your format or for your report, so you get it to show up nicely. And if you watch what Roman created, he created something really nice formatting. You can do actually a ton of formatting here, but I'm just going to try to show you a few tricks on it. But just for layout purposes, I'm just going to select for year, filter for year 2018, just so I can get my formatting a little bit nicer to display on the page. I'm not going to show calendar year here. What I'm going to show you here is a way to nest a value as well. So here I've got calendar year. I can also nest a value of the month name by dragging it in and putting it underneath calendar year. Okay. So if you can see my values, they're all filtered accordingly. Now, month name, I want to sort this as well. Actually, April, February. Now, I want to sort this entire visual. I want to sort these. And if I put in descending, that's going to go back September. Go ascending. Easy way to do it is bring in the month number, place it inside of here. Now it comes in correctly. And I can take out year. I don't really need that. That's a challenge with this visual. It doesn't give you the sorting capabilities that you have in the other visuals. To use the legacy visual, I can sort by my month number. Fortunately, with this type of visual, you have to put in the month number. Okay, so let's go into a little bit more formatting. Now, for your page, you're going to see, if you look at your table or look at your canvas, I'm going to blow this up a little bit. It's going to be a little bit hard to see. So I have, if you remember from last time, I have an empty page. So look at this page 2. Oops, that's going to destroy my query. Cut this out. So I have an empty page here with a table. Okay. if I include a table, I have these three little dots, that controls my table, okay? I click on the page, now I've got my formatting for my page, okay? So let's go back to page number 1. Okay. From my page, what I want to be able to do is add a header and a footer into my page. So when I'm running this report, I can put in a page number, I can put in a date, I can put in a image, like Ramon wanted to put an image in that he can export to PDF, things like that. So how do I get in to doing creating a headers and footers? So headers and footers, there's no icon for it. You have to come to your ellipsis at the end of your toolbar, your floating toolbar. Click on it, and you see headers and footers. Okay, I want to create a header. Okay. It's going to give you essentially a new data container, a single data container. Now, what if I want 3 objects? I want to put in a picture, a logo. I want to put in a title, and I want to put a date and time I ran the report. So with this center plus sign, I want to put in a table. Number of columns, I want to make 3, and I want to do maximize the width. So now 3 data containers in which to put my different objects I want. So let's start on the left-hand side, and let's enter in an image. We're going to bring this image in, drop it here. Now, if you click on this image, click on the ellipsis, you can edit the image URL. Now, this is very similar to what I showed you before, where here, like when Ramon puts in his ticket with a PDF or not PDF, a JPEG or the PNG file formatted image, that image would show up here. Now this would be your file structure for images. Now this is a sample image that they show in here. In the older version, it was a little tree, but we don't have, or you can browse and look through, other locations, but you can't add an image yourself to your data tables. It has to be done from the back end by your support staff. But you can copy a URL and paste it into here if you're going to be running this as a HTML format. You go to images, you just pull something off the web. I think this is the one that worked. Copy image address. Come in here, go back to my image picker, paste in the URL, click OK. I get my image. Okay. If I try to run this in PDF, like Ramon did, you're going to see my formatting's a little messed up, and we can work on that, get it structured right. You can see in my header right here, this image where it should show up, shows up on every page, but there's no image, okay? It's because in your, you've got 2 different softwares working. This, you're actually in your PDF writer. You click in here and print, It's going to connect into your save as a PDF onto your computer. Okay, so you need an actual file to be embedded into that report to be able to push through into Excel or into PDF. Okay, but we're going to live in the world of Google Chrome for a while to get this done. Down here, what I was showing before, Ramon, sizing different aspects. This is going to give you a default. Okay, whatever size of that image is here, it's going to put it into here. Oops, here. Now I want to resize that. And this is what I was looking before, is size and overflow. Okay, here I can change the width and the height either by percentage, inches, centimeters. I don't know what these things are. Go to pixels. It looks about 4:1 ratio. So I want to make it 100. Oops. Let's make it easy. 200 by 50. Click OK. And that shrinks it down. Makes it a little bit narrow. Anyway, you can play with the aspect ratios here, make it work. Maybe 75 is going to work a little bit better. Okay. That works a little bit better. Maybe about 65 would work best. All right, so I've got my image. Let's create my others. Here, let's create a text box. Here, this is going to be my training sample. Click OK. And put in the middle. You notice it comes out in small font, but I can change the font, or if I check the cell, I have more options here. So if I check here, less options. I click in the data cell itself, I've got more options. Okay, I can change the font. I can change the foreground color. I can underline, overline. I can change font style. Click OK. From here, also, I can center it. And this will center it into your report as well. Okay. So the thing about reports, you've got to think of it really as just a blank slate, just like your canvas that you're creating on your dashboard, but it's got multiple layers and multiple pages that it can flow down into. So you have to put a table into that to really start controlling your formatting. Now, if I wanted to put a title or just a block title here, well, here, let me finish up on the header, and then I'll get to how to better format the different sizes of tables. Okay. So if I wanted to put in a date, I go to textual, I pull in date, drop it in there. If I want to put in the time, just pull my time and drop it in there as well. And it's going to auto format. Now these are going to show right together. So how do I split them apart? I have to put a text in between the two, which is difficult. So I'm going to put it into design mode. Drop this. Doesn't like it. So I'm just going to delete the time. Bring my text block in first. So if you want to put space dash space, you need to really tell it what it's going to do, or it's not going to like it. Oops. I'm going to bring in my time. Now, I want to delete this. Let's delete all this. Let's get clever. Let's build a little table inside there. We got one column and 3 rows. I'm going to build a separate little table here. So I'm going to pull in my date. I'm going to pull in a block. Blocks are used for formatting, so you don't have things stacked on top of each other. My height, I'll put in 10 pixels. Bring in my time. Okay, so now that's going to be formatted nicely. If I run this to HTML, see my date and time come up stamped. I had this in the center as well. Now, what if I want to put this on the far left? You can do that by clicking in your data cell or inside the table itself and do your horizontal formatting. I think I'm going to go inside the date, inside the data container of the cell and justify it from there. Okay. So those are headers. Other things you can do, I showed you how to create a new table within a data cell. You can also merge. So you can merge rows, but you can't merge columns. So if you're trying to build something clever in formatting, if you highlight multiple cells in a row, you will get this merge cells. Okay. If I merge cells here, I can merge those into one row across. And if you're having trouble formatting and you want to build, you put your title right here into the middle and do your formatting here so it shows up a little bit easier, a little bit better. See, it lost its formatting. Put this in the center. Run this. It looks a little bit better, but I see these are also kind of scrunched in together. I might want to create some blocks in there so this fits a little bit better. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a row below and a row above so I can put in some blocks and space out my formatting. So what I want to do is highlight the data container that contains my sample report title. I go to my ellipsis here, and I go to insert. I can insert columns to the right, columns to the left, rows above, and rows below. So I'm going to want one above, and I'm going to do one below. Okay. Now for these, you can merge these cells, kind of like merging in Excel, and then put in a block and size and overflow. You might want to put in 20, make it a little larger. Or you can just put a block into any one of the cells and it'll format, oops, the text item. Block. Let's make this one 30. Okay. All right. Well, now let's run it and see what we've got. Okay, it's a little bit better. I mean, it's not that nice a report. It's not that pretty a report. You can play with it. You can set the format. You do have your header up here. You've got your title. You know, that 30 pixels isn't much. You might want to make it 50. Now let's add a footer. Footer is basically the same way. You click on your page, which is in the corner. You'll see these little blue lines when you hover over different. It's called ancestry. So if I go to page, I'm going to see my my entire page permit here. I click on my ellipsis. It's going to go back to my table. There's different things that you can do. I want to be on my page. Go to my ellipsis and add a footer. Okay, footer existed. All right, so here's your footer down below. You can do the same thing. You put it in a table, just make it 2. Here, you can put in your page number. On this side, write justify. You can also put in, you know, row number. This is if you want to put in, you want to put into here. That's going to add a level of row numbers. Not a really good example because it's grouped there. Okay, here, date, time, page number, time of expression. There's other things you can put in there. You can put another you can put hyperlink, whatever, however you want to build it. Okay. So that's formatting your page. There's a few things that I showed Roman. If you go to your report, you got report, the different pages, prompt pages, queries, classes and variables. We don't work with these. I don't even work with these. In your report, you can set up different things. You can set page breakup for interactive HTML. I've got this viewed as tabs. I've got 2 pages. I don't really have anything here. I'm going to, I think I showed this to you last time. Let's copy this, put this into our other page. So when I run this report, I've got page 1, and then I've got a tab here, page 2. Okay, these are nice. These are handy. I really like this, especially if you're going to put this into a workspace. If you run this to Excel, each one of these tabs is going to show up as a worksheet in an Excel book. So if you see down here, oops, page 1, page 2, if you name those pages, they'll show up correctly here. You ever get confused on how to name a page to be in your report, select the page itself, okay, in your report page view, down at the bottom here under miscellaneous, you can rename your page. Here, page 2. This page. Okay. Okay, so I've gone through the agenda for today, creating a crosstab, which we previously created in Dynamic dashboards. I'm sorry, I used wrong visualization. I used something from the new visuals. I should have used an older one that I was more familiar with. I'm going to leave the rest of today open for any questions. I'd like to guide you guys to take a crack at if you know, some of you are going to be more advanced, like Roman's creating really cool reports. Don't let that discourage you. He's used other platforms before. If you know, I'm trying to keep it really simple for the people who don't have the experience. Just create something simple. Doesn't matter how rudimentary it is. You've got to get started somewhere, and then you'll get better and you'll get better and you'll get better. Okay. Now, we're going to have a little show and tell next week. We're going to have an opportunity to ask questions, but I'm going to open the floor up again today for anybody that's got questions. If not, we're going to close a little bit early and everybody gets time back today. And Roman, if you've got more questions, I'm happy to stay on, but let's let some other people ask some little more simpler questions.
I can take place or give a place to others. So I don't have more questions. So I'm trying use what you show me, and that's all for now. So we will see.
Okay. Did you understand what I mentioned about you setting up the goals and setting up queries? Have you set up queries and joined queries yet?
Yes, I need to try it. If I will need some more information, I will ask you by the email. So I
Yeah,
tried.
you're gonna have to filter it by do you have goals set up in the application yet?
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's some tricks in there that you probably get frustrated. Give it a try and then I'll help you. It's difficult.
Yeah. Okay. I think I need to try it, and I will inform you about my progress. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
sure. Okay, does anybody have questions? Did I go through anything too fast? Would you like me to go back and show anything over again? Would you like to see something, me create a different type of visual, a waterfall, anything at all?
I have a question about a report. I was wondering, is it possible to schedule a report to run to show something in the future? Like basically what I want to do is show a scheduled what I want to show what appointments are scheduled in occupational health for the following day. But
Okay,
like, and I want it to run every day on a schedule without having to put that in.
okay. What I can do is I can show you that is a little bit complicated. Would you like me to start a draft for you, and then you can take it from there?
Sure, it's just the scheduling part that I don't understand. I don't know how to
So,
say I want it to run tomorrow.
okay, so that's what I'll show you. Okay.
Okay.
Um, you know, I won't create the whole report for you, but I'm just going to start with like one data point and show you how to do that. So when you're scheduling a report for tomorrow, you obviously aren't going to be able to select the date. So you don't want to create a prompt for your date. You have to select a hard-coded filter that's just going to run for your current date plus one. Okay. So I'll show you how to do that.
Okay.
So it's going to our author library packages. We'll go occupational health. So we can find the right date field, open it up. Okay. And it's just, we'll create a real simple list. Okay. So appointment central, these dates, general information. What do you want to look at? The employee name?
Sure. It's basically their name and who, there's a couple other things, but it's really just the scheduling part. Actually, I'm working with a report that was already created as just getting it to work so that it runs on a schedule and just runs for tomorrow's appointments is the part
Okay.
that's tricky.
So appointment details, appointment date items. So we're going to use appointment date. You can use any date you want. We're going to bring this in here, okay? And I'm building this now, so I'll have dates in my query, okay? So let's just look at this. We'll just preview this. And let's get rid of nulls. So actually on appointment date, let's sort appointment date for descending. Okay. Now it's not going to show for me tomorrow, August 30th, January, but I'm going to show you how to, because I don't have the data. Sir, who are you with? What company are you with? Sorry, I can't see, Jeff. Who are you?
I'm sorry, BMW.
BMW. Okay. So, and I'll save this report in Report Exchange so you can go ahead and grab it and then apply the filter that I'm going to make to run the report for the day after today. Okay. So
Thank you.
this is, let's just call this tomorrow's appointments. Okay. And everybody on here, this is a really good functionality if you are creating deliverable reports, whether it's for tomorrow, the past week, past month, next year. If you get your arms around creating a current date and then adding days to that, or adding years, adding weeks, adding months, it'll really, really advance your reports. I'm going to put this in Report Exchange, occupational health. Go. Put it in beginner class, okay? Okay. So now I'm going to run this and it's going to show nothing because I don't have any appointments for tomorrow, right? Let's see, just make this first page 500. Yeah, we've got appointments made, but all right. So what you're going to go is you're going to your query, okay? And you're going to create a filter for appointment date, okay? It's going to equal tomorrow. So how do we define what is tomorrow, okay? So so you can create a range, okay? Where you can create a filter for today's date and do between today and today plus 1 day, today plus 2 days, today plus 3 days, okay? Or you can use an add day function for your filter, okay? So first thing we want to do is we're going to create a date item, okay? So this is today's date. I'm going to call this current day, okay? Current day, and this is an expression that's used. Okay, current date, make sure you make it small case. So the current date is a very simple expression that you use constantly if you're scheduling reports, okay? as I said before, you can do ranges, you can plus years, minus years, you can plus months, minus months, all different things you can build off this current date. So this returns a value representing the current date of the computer that the database software runs on. So if you notice the days, they have year, month, and day, okay? And they're all numerical. So you click OK. Now we're going to create a filter for appointment date. You're going to bring appointment date in your detail filters, okay? And then we're going to say equals. Then we're going to find our function add days. So go to your functions, business date functions, add days. Okay. Okay, we don't. Yeah, this is reminding me. We don't need that right there. So we're going to add day. We're going to filter this entire report for add days to the appointment date. Get my date items here, appointment date, go back to my add days, comma 1, parentheses, okay? Nation must be query 1, and days. Cancel this. Let's create a filter. Okay, let's just try this again. I'm going to go to business dates, add days. Okay, add days of date expression, comma, integer expression. Okay, now you're going to put a parenthesis, open parenthesis, your date expression, which we're going to pull from our date items, which is appointment date, space, comma, space. And in your case, you're going to add a 1. Okay, because you're adding days to the, actually, I keep screwing this up. It's current day. Sorry if I'm thoroughly confusing. So you're going to filter for only the current date plus 1. So you're always going to be filtering for tomorrow whenever you run this report. Okay, and if you schedule it to run today at 4 o'clock. You're going to get this report that looks at all of your appointments for the previous day. Okay, so if you've got a query and you've got a report, this is the only thing you need to add. Create your current day data expression here, or you could also just run your expression just more simply. Date functions, add days, current date, and add a day. It's really all you need, just that expression. So can you add that expression to your query and see if that runs it correctly?
I will. Let me see here.
You want to share your
Well,
screen? And
well, it's let me go in here for just a second and see if I can find the that report. Person, just a second.
it's okay. I've added this, so there's multiple ways you can do it. This is just going to show up in your date. You don't really need to use this appointment date. You can use a current date. Yeah, you can't really use this here. Now, you could filter current date between, if you want to look at the next 7 days, the next 3 days, right?
Uh-huh.
You could use the between function. The appointment date is between current day and current day plus 3. That will give you the next 3 days. for next 4 today and 3 more days.
Okay. Well, here, I'll share my screen if you, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. So this is the current report.
Okay.
And see how that's,
So yeah, go to design, go to page design and
Mhm.
click on so page preview.
at a page preview. Okay.
Okay, so this is all set. Is currently set descending, so that's showing tomorrow, right?
hmm
So if you scroll down, does it go off of tomorrow?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so you've already got it set for tomorrow?
It seems that way. How, let me, can we see how this was done? I didn't set this up originally.
Okay, go to your report. You go to the report. Up top, it says report pages. No,
I'm sorry, my bad.
it's all right. On the left,
Here?
yeah, go to port.
Uh-huh.
Go to, no, go down to your queries. Click on it again. Then your query, and click on your query appointment data.
Okay.
Okay, appointment date equals report date. Okay. And report date looks like that's another expression that's for today's date. So double click on report date, see what it says. Not there in your data items down below.
I'm sorry.
You just can't,
Just a moment.
it's okay, cancel this. You go to
Data
report date,
items.
down at the very bottom. You'll see it at the very bottom.
I see it. Okay.
Just double click on it. Okay,
And
add
it's like a
days, current date plus 1. Okay, so
same thing you did.
yeah,
Or
so this is
close.
built correctly, and now you just want to schedule it to be delivered.
hmm Well, I thought that I had. I thought that it doesn't seem to be running. That's the and so I thought
Okay,
there
so
was a problem here.
let's find where this report lives. Okay,
It's here.
click on permissions or
Permissions,
properties. Excuse me, properties
properties. Yes.
and schedule. Okay,
What
so
can
you had it. Okay, daily.
this isn't right. I didn't want this daily time interval. I didn't want it to run every hour. I wanted it to run once daily. And
Okay,
I
repeat
actually
that
changed
interval.
this and it changed it back.
Start, no end date. So 10:13, 11:30, 10:30 a.m. So it's sending it to Jeff. Okay,
Mhm.
scroll down a little farther. On advanced. Advanced credentials, priority, save and email. Okay, click on delivery on your right hand side there.
Okay.
We'll just put save here. I think we might be setting something else up here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, go back to format Excel, email. Okay, yeah, click on edit. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, go to options. Scroll back up to the top, go to options.
hmm
Excel format, save report. Okay, send report. You don't need to save this.
Okay. Well, I can undo that.
Okay, edit details.
I'm sorry. Let me just see where I edit details. Okay.
Right there. Okay, now you also might want to just type in your email. Okay, today's report. You scroll down a little bit farther.
hmm
Attach report to the output. Okay, so but it's not coming through.
I'm not getting it. I'm looking for it through it, and I have everything that comes from Process Map going to a notifications folder, and it's not coming through. So I'm not really sure why.
Can you just type in your regular
But
email?
sure. Let me see. Maybe it is going to her. Let me try that.
Yeah, this is looks like an email that you have out of your directory. And there may be something going on with your firewall on that one. I don't know. You know what I'm
So you think
saying?
it's actually generating and it's not?
Well, everything looks great, right? Go to your
Yeah.
prompts also.
Prompts. There should be no prompts.
No, you don't have any prompts. Yeah, and just
Okay,
click save. Oop, you
okay.
lost your email address. Go back,
I'll
go back.
change that. See.
Go to options.
Options here. Oops. Details.
You should, yeah. Somehow lost that email address you typed in.
The thing that I would get.
See, it's not letting us save that for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Doesn't seem to know who that is. Well, actually, let's try. That's not really.
So you have Jet, so that's the William Kendrick at bmail.com. So it's in there. Selena Rich, credentials.
She's the nurse that is scheduling the PT appointments or
Yep.
is assigning people to them or whatever.
And go down to C, put it in CC, copy yourself. Try typing it down there. Okay, click out of there. And but see how save isn't.
Yeah. That's a valid email address though.
Yeah. You might want to do, what we might want to try is create a new schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just cancel out of this. Okay. Enable. Okay. Click on report.
I'm holding just a moment. I'm
You're just right
right
there.
there. It's okay.
Let's go to schedule. See, it's not letting you create a new one. Go to general and I want to look at permissions.
Mm-hmm.
Advanced. Permissions, you have right. You should have right to schedule this. Okay, so let's run your report real quick and we're going to create a view.
Okay.
Okay, go up to, well, run it, so you get the output.
Okay, like
Excel,
Excel.
HTML.
Oh, you want
Yep.
HTML?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so go up to your save button and click the down arrow. So you don't have the option to save this as a view. Okay, so let's close this report. Close this report here.
Mm-hmm.
Just okay. Click on your home button, the navigation page in the center. Just make sure we have this report closed. No, not there. You see in your navigation pane in the center in the black, it says home. I'm gonna click on the down arrow in the center of your page.
I see. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So Let's go to your recents. Okay, go to your recent tab, your arrow there.
I see. Here?
Yeah. Okay, click on the ellipsis. Okay, go hover over following day appointment report. It's at the very top
Okay.
on that. Create report view.
Okay.
You
That's
add this in your company folders, put it into your personal.
It's in here. Okay. I think I had put it in my personal, but not since I've modified it.
You can add it here. Just click save.
Okay.
And now we're going to go and we're going to try to go to your team content and find that file location. Okay, so now you want to see the report view. At the very bottom, it says report view of, not there.
Not here? Okay.
You see report view, the one on the bottom. Has, okay, no, in your file, okay, go to the report on the bottom. It says report view of following appointment.
Oh, I see it. I'm sorry. My bad.
Schedule. Okay, don't open it.
Sorry about that.
Just click on the ellipsis and we're going to schedule this.
Okay.
Okay, properties, schedule, create a schedule. Let's create a brand new schedule. We're going to go daily.
Okay, and I need this to
Time
run.
do you want to run it? It's running for about 3 o'clock. So you.
Well, you want it to run at somewhere around 10:30 because the
Okay, well, I was just going to test, just so you could test it, so you can look
oh,
at
I'm
it.
sorry. I see. I'm sorry.
So running about 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now you're going to go to your options on top. Well, you can run it like 2:45 or something, just so you know you get it. If you don't get it, then ping me back, and we'll figure out what's going on. You may have to get it. That'll be good. So go up to your top and select the options.
Okay.
You can run it Excel. Okay, save report.
Do we want to save it or have it just sent by email?
Yeah, just send report by email. Okay, edit details on the right.
I see. Okay. Right.
So it's automatically sending to you, okay, because those are your credentials. Is that email you have in your user profile correct?
I think so. Because
You
I get
notifications? Okay.
other things from Process Map, other
Okay,
notifications.
Okay, that should work. And then put something in the attach report output. That's good. Put a note in there. You know. Okay, and then you should be good. And if you're not getting it, you might want to check in your junk mail.
Mm-hmm.
You may want to check with your IT department if you're getting emails blocked by, you may think this is spam coming in, right?
Right. Well, I mean, it appears to be something other than the actual schedule. I still appreciate you showing me that though, because I was wondering how to do date math in this because that could be really useful for other things.
Oh yeah, the date math is great. Once you kind of get your arms around it and the concepts of, adding days, creating a current date, because that'll change every day, obviously, right? So you can
Mm-hmm.
change it for periods, or it can change every month. The rolling of dates into end of the month. And there's all kinds of functional things that you can do with this.
Yeah, that's really useful. I appreciate it.
Hey, no worries. Hope that helped. You know, that's the way you're supposed to set it up. So if it's not working, I mean, I know these work. Yeah, check. I'd check with IT, see if you're getting, you know, if you could see what you're blocked. Maybe just go to your junk mail, see if it's getting thrown in the junk mail.
Okay. I'll take another look. Thank you very much.
Hey, no sweat. Okay, does anybody else have any questions that might have created some questions about date periods and scheduling reports to be delivered?
I have a question, Ben. If I'm looking for the lost time incident rate, where would I find that, or what's that labeled under in the source data?
Okay. Would you like me to show you, or what?
Yes, because I actually find one out there, but I can't remember what the verbiage is used at the end of it. There's a few of them when I searched by lost time. There's a few things that come up and I didn't know exactly which one I
Okay.
should be choosing.
So if you want to navigate to it, it's under incident manager details, under near miss, summary of incident, breakdown of incident type cases.
I don't see your screen if you're sharing.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry. I do that all the time. I'm teaching, I always think I'm in. So I'll go back and show you. Okay, so integrated package, go to incident management measures. And it's good to learn this structure also, not just using the search, because there's a lot of things that can look the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go to injury and illness near miss. You know, you don't want workers' comp, vehicle, general liability. Go to injury and illness. And then we go to breakdown of incident type cases. The summary of incident cases, that would be the incidents themselves. This is going to be another list. And then summary of incident rates. Okay. So total recordable incident rate would be the incident rate that you want to use.
So for the lost workday, it would be the total lost workday incident rate.
Correct.
Okay.
You just drag that in like any other measure. And it'll give the rate for whatever your other filters are per location.
Okay. I think I pulled in the wrong one. Because I had just did a find and put in lost time instead of lost workday. I think that's where I messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, lost time cases. Yeah.
Okay, so it's lost workday is what I should search for. Okay.
Then this is the break of it. Total, actually it's total lost work.
Okay, so total loss.
Yeah, we've got so many measures, and you know, this one's just injury, this is just illnesses. And they have to name them each something different, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I have a report out there. I'll just go change it. I had it off a lost time, so it's pointing to the wrong one. It just showed some different percentage that looked a little bit off, so I knew I wasn't pointing where I would need it to be, but okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? No? We're good? Okay, well, thanks for joining, everybody. Hope today was helpful. And so next week, please work on some reports, and we're going to do a little bit of show and tell. We'll do more troubleshooting like this. I think this is really the best time for people in class it's more of a lab, kind of half class, half lab, where we get to work on issues and challenges rather than just hearing me speak. So thank you very much. Have a great day, great week, and we'll talk to you next week. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you again.